Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a little different. Instead of diving deep into a stack of research, we're going to test your chocolate knowledge with a fun quiz.
Yeah, it's really amazing how much there is to learn about something we often take for granted. A simple chocolate bar has a whole world of history and complexity behind it.
Okay, so let's jump right in with question number 1. Where were cacao trees first domesticated? Was it A, Mesoamerica, like the land of the Mayans and Aztecs,
Yeah.
B, South America, C, Africa, where a lot of cocoa is grown today,
Right.
or D, Asia?
That is a great question to start with. It really highlights how the history of chocolate can be full of surprises.
Hmm.
While Mesoamerica is famous for its chocolate traditions, and Africa is obviously, a huge player in modern cocoa production, the true origins actually lie elsewhere. Recent research points to the Mayo Chinchipe culture in present-day Ecuador as the earliest known users of cacao. And get this, it pushes the timeline back over 5,300 years ago. That's even older than the Olmec civilization in Mesoamerica.
So the answer is B, South America. I told you there would be surprises. Are you ready for question number 2?
Hit me.
True or false? Chocolate was originally a sweet treat.
Ah, the eternal debate.
Right.
So if we were to travel back in time and taste the chocolate of, say, the ancients, we'd probably be in for a little bit of a shock.
I imagine.
Instead of the sugary confection we know today, they enjoyed a bitter, spicy drink.
Really?
Yeah, imagine like a thick, frothy beverage with a deep, earthy flavor and spiced with, chili peppers, vanilla, even ear flour.
Oh.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
So the answer is false. Okay, on to question 3. What does the scientific name for the cacao tree, Theobroma cacao, actually mean? Is it A, food of the monkeys, which would make sense considering their love for cacao? B, bitter bean, an accurate but somewhat uninspired name?
Right.
C, food of the gods. Ooh, that sounds promising.
Mm-hmm.
Or D, gift of the forest, which it certainly is to chocolate lovers everywhere.
Well, while all those options have a certain charm, the name Theobroma cacao actually translates to food of the gods.
Ah, yes.
And it's a pretty fitting name considering how revered cacao was in ancient Mesoamerican cultures. It was used in sacred rituals, offered to deities, and even used as a form of currency. They truly believed it was a divine gift.
Food of the gods. I love it. Okay, time for question number 4. This one gets a little technical.
Right?
What is conching in chocolate making? Is it A, removing the shell from the cacao bean?
Okay.
B, the process of drying and fermenting the beans?
Mm-hmm.
C, mixing the chocolate with milk and sugar?
Mm-hmm.
Or D, a process that creates the chocolate's smooth texture?
It's all about that melt-in-your-mouth texture we all crave. Conching is a crucial step in the chocolate-making process. It actually comes after the cacao beans have been roasted and ground. The chocolate is then intensely mixed and aerated, sometimes for hours, sometimes even days. And this all happens in a special machine called a conche.
Interesting.
This process helps to evenly distribute the cocoa butter, reduce bitterness, and create that velvety, smooth texture that distinguishes a high-quality chocolate.
So the answer is D. Okay, that makes so much sense. I always wondered how they got the chocolate to be so smooth.
Yeah.
All right, question number 5. Which country is the leading producer of cocoa in the 21st century? Is it A, Switzerland, known for its exquisite chocolate creations?
Mm-hmm.
B, Belgium, home to some of the world's finest chocolatiers?
For sure.
C, Ivory Coast? Or D, Mexico, where cacao originated?
This is a tricky one
What?
because it can be easy to conflate chocolate production with cocoa bean production.
Right, yeah.
So while Switzerland and Belgium are renowned for their chocolate making expertise, the bulk of the cocoa beans actually come from West Africa.
Wow.
Specifically, the Ivory Coast leads global production, accounting for a significant portion of the world's cocoa supply.
So the answer is C.
Mm.
Okay, so question number 6. What is the main ingredient that defines the physical properties of chocolate? So like its consistency, its melting point, all that good stuff. Is it A, sugar, which adds sweetness?
Okay.
B, milk powder for that creaminess?
Right.
C, cocoa solids, the source of that rich chocolate flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Or D, cocoa butter?
This question really gets to the heart of what makes chocolate so unique. It's cocoa butter that really dictates how chocolate behaves. This magical fat, extracted from the cacao bean, gives chocolate its signature texture, its melting point. It's why chocolate snaps when you break it, melts so smoothly in your mouth, and can be molded into all sorts of all sorts of intricate shapes.
The answer is D, cocoa butter. All right, question number 7. Which of these is not a main variety of cocoa bean used in chocolate? Is it A, Criollo, the rarest and most prized variety?
Right.
B, Forastero, known for its robust flavor. C, Robusta.
Okay.
Or D, Trinitario, a hybrid of the other two.
This one might trip you up if you're also a coffee aficionado.
Oh.
So while Criollo, Forastero, and Trinitario are the 3 main varieties of cacao beans used in chocolate, Robusta is actually a type of coffee bean.
Huh.
Yeah, it's easy to get them confused since both cacao and coffee beans contain caffeine.
So the answer is C, Robusta. Glad we cleared that up. Okay, on to question number 8. White chocolate contains cocoa solids and cocoa butter, just like milk and dark chocolate.
Right.
B, cocoa butter and sugar. C, only cocoa solids. Or D, only sugar.
This is where the debate about whether white chocolate is quote-unquote real chocolate often arises.
I see.
Unlike its darker counterparts, white chocolate doesn't contain cocoa solids.
Oh.
It's made with cocoa butter, which gives it that creamy texture and melt, along with sugar and other ingredients like milk powder and vanilla.
Gotcha.
So it's still a part of the chocolate family, just a bit of an outlier.
The answer is B, cocoa butter and sugar. Starting to understand why white chocolate is such a controversial topic. Okay, question number 9. What unusual ingredient was recently used to make a healthier chocolate? Is it A, avocado, known for its healthy fats.
Okay.
B, fibrous cacao pod. C, coconut milk, a popular dairy alternative. Or D, sweet potato, a naturally sweet ingredient.
This is a really fascinating development in the world of chocolate. Traditionally, the fibrous cacao pod is discarded after the beans are removed.
Right.
But researchers have found a way to transform this often overlooked part of the cacao plant into a sweet gel that can be used in chocolate making.
Interesting.
It's a great way to reduce waste and potentially create a healthier chocolate option.
So the answer is B. Who knew the cacao pod had such potential? Okay, last but not least, question number 10. True or false? Chocolate is scientifically proven to be addictive.
This is a question that often sparks lively debate.
For sure.
But while many people joke about being chocoholics, the science behind chocolate addiction is a bit more complex. While chocolate does contain compounds that can, trigger the release of endorphins, creating those feelings of pleasure, there's no definitive scientific evidence to support the claim that chocolate is clinically addictive.
So the answer is false. That doesn't mean we can't enjoy chocolate in moderation, though, right?
Absolutely. Chocolate is meant to be savored and appreciated, not demonized.
Wow, that was a whirlwind tour of chocolate trivia. I gotta admit, even I learned a few things today.
It's fascinating how something so familiar can still hold so many surprises, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think that's a great takeaway from our deep dive today. There's always more to discover about chocolate, whether it's, the ancient origins of cacao, the intricate science of chocolate making, or the ongoing quest for healthier and more sustainable options.
Exactly. We've only just, scratched the surface. There are countless varieties of cacao beans, each with its own, unique flavor profile and endless possibilities for innovation in chocolate production.
It really makes you appreciate that next bite of chocolate a little bit more, doesn't it? Knowing all the history and the science, the passion that goes into creating this delicious treat.
I couldn't agree more. So next time you indulge in a piece of chocolate, take a moment to savor the flavor and think about the incredible journey it took to get to your taste buds.
And who knows, maybe you'll be inspired to do your own deep dive into the world of chocolate. You might just uncover the next big chocolate discovery. Until next time, happy indulging.